Yeah, g'day Bush Camping Tools here. Well, this is the right tool for the job, and this is a big vine up into the trees, and we're going to use this and see whether we can do anything about it. And let's see if that, yeah, it's wet, so we might be able to get some water coming out of this. Maybe it's the wrong time. It's still alive, still wet, nothing on there. Maybe some water will start dripping. Now leave that. Okay, what we're going to do is, okay, so I've got this machete and I'm going to see to cut this vine, and if you can see that vine there, to see if we can get some water out of this thing. Can't do it as it is. Hold on, let me just look out now. Hold a second. What we're going to do is, I'm just going to, well, make that safe for a start, so I can see what's going on here, because I don't want to be having an accident in the tree. Right, so we've got a clear path. Yeah, that's the first thing. I'll take the machete. Got a safe position. Got to be really careful doing this. I'm going to try and cut this vine. Quite a few other vines up there. Trying to get enough swing. There's another vine in the way. Right, got it. Okay, so now we're going to see whether we can get any water out of this. Now, the whole point is, come around here. The whole point, don't cut it. The whole point is, I'm not going to climb down the tree with the machete because I don't want to have an accident. I'm just going to throw that down on the ground. Be careful not to hit the cameraman. And now climb out of the tree. Right, okay, let's have a look. Okay, we're going to try this again. And see whether we can get any water out of that. It's pretty dry. Maybe it's half dead. It's not moist at all. We'll cut it again up here. Stand back. Stand back. It's a bit dry. It's a bit dry. Let's see that. It's the wrong time of year too. It's a bit dry. We'll see anyway. We've got the top of it off there. Any moisture will come if we can get any water out of that. It's getting a little dampish. Come back to that in a minute. Right, so I'm going to try and cut this off. This is still alive. You can't do this with a knife, no matter how big the knife is really. The best job is a machete to go through something like this. So that's a little bit wet. Let's see. Probably not much moisture in this at all. But we'll see. Stand back. We go in there. It's not much moisture. Don't think we'll get any moisture out of that, but just leave it on this rock, and if anything said, it'll drip out of it. Let's take this out of there. Okay. Just feeling like there's some carpenter ants in there, just busted off a dead bit of wood on this huge ficus here. These ants are a bit like termites, they eat wood, dead wood. Okay, so there is some water dripping. You can see it on the rock here, not much. There it is there, wet on my hands, you see that? A little bit of moisture, so if you were really dying of thirst, you see that? There's a drop on there, not much. Let's have a look here. Let's pick it up for a minute. See if we can get any in the sunlight there. You can see it's wet there, see that? Don't know if you can see that on my hand. drip of water there, see? So let's just taste that. Yeah, just ordinary water. Okay. From this big vine in the forest. Okay. So you put it really over a container to try to, and you tie this at the top. You see up here, what you do is you haven't got, not going to have the convenience necessary of a dead tree to rest it on. You tie it with a bit of cord in the tree and hold it over a container, and that's going to drip water into your container. You see there it is there, right? Okay, so that's how you're going to get water out of a vine in the forest. Alright, let's move on. Okay, we're going to film the chopping power of this thing, the Sylvans. Just going to break a few dead branches off of this thing here. Just going to chop off this branch here of this tree, and that's what we don't want to do. But anyway, yeah, let's get this thing down. So I'm going to just let the knife do the work itself. And for those of you who are worrying about chopping down live trees, just make a note here. This is on our own property in the bush, and this is a noxious weed anyway, so it doesn't really count. It's meant to come down. I'm not going to cut the whole tree down because I've got some land management strategies going on here with this to help some noxious weeds crowd out others, worse ones. So what happens is I want to straight a trunk going up here with this. I'm going to get rid of this thing here. Should have taken off the watch, not chopping too hard. It's not as hard. This is a soft wood compared to that, and also this is green compared to that other thing I was chopping the other night. Yeah, so there's not as much shock in here with this. That's going to come down in a minute. Now, I don't want it to fall on this palm tree, so I'm just going to cut this off and then deal with this. Hold a second. The camera going there. Put the knife away before I make any steps in here. Don't want to slip over. Lots of leaves here. And wait a sec. Just a minute. Bit of eye protection because I don't want to be taking a trip to the local hospital. So I'll take this down. Now it's held up with some vines there obviously, but we'll cut them in a minute. Don't want to damage this. And we'll cut these branches off of here. Okay, we're just going to cut these branches off. And I might use this up near the house. Right, so that's a good pole. We'll use that up near the house. I use the back of the knife for that. Yeah. Okay, I want these rainforest palms to come up here. This thing here, this is a Conta Phoenix. These are natives. This thing here is not a native, as I just said. But it does produce a canopy. If you look up there, it produces a canopy, and the leaves are a little bit toxic, act as a natural herbicide, and basically what these do is once they create a darkness around here, the other lantana cannot establish in the forest. Here's something else I want to show you over here. Let's put this away. And that is, this is a domestic passion fruit underneath of here. Let's get this up. This thing, so I don't mind these things, these are good to eat, so we can put this, get this going up in the trees. I don't mind. Put this on this. This is also a weedy species here, but that will grow up there, and maybe we can get some passion fruit on that in the coming season. on there. So you see that, come a bit closer to have a look at those leaves there. Like that, passion fruit. All right, let's move on. Out of that in a minute, but we're going to make our way through here if we can. A lot of stuff in here. It's all dead. So I'm going to put some eye protection on now, because when you're using a machete, you should wear eye protection. Definitely. I'm going to get this stuff in my eyes. Camera operator's got eye protection on as well. Okay, so this is gone. We just tested it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my watch first, because I don't want to bang the daylights out of my watch. It's an automatic watch. So, yeah, okay, it works by movement, but nonetheless, remove your watch. That is so hard. Just get a load of that. Could probably do something a bit more useful with it than firewood, but extra right here, Sylvans. Careful here. That's how hard that is. Let's get that up there. It's a good bit of wood. Bronze to start the fire. What you've got to be careful about in the Australian bush, hiking in the bush, especially the tropical regions, and that's big ants like this. If this thing is a bit stunned at the moment because it's got our lights on it, and it's they're nocturnal, so the lights are really, stun the thing. But at the rear end, they've got a stinger in this abdomen, and these jaws with needle-like jaws, and these things really hurt. They contain a neuropeptide toxin, which can kill your cells and make it very unpleasant. So if you were to catch this vine that this thing is on, and this thing stung you, you'd really be for it. All right, let's move on. Okay, so these are sandpaper figs. These are edible, but these are not ripe yet. These are still way too green. They have to be riper than that, but you can see the rough leaves on here. This is a wild bush food. All right, let's move on. They're being covered by the flood, so yeah, all right. Okay, so the sun just found a ripe one, I think. Let's just have a look. And that's it there. Don't get too close, cameraman. Let's see if it's any good. Oh, it's very sweet. It's very sweet. It's really great. I'm going to give that to the cameraman. Yeah, it's very sweet. We'll see if we can find some more on here, because they're really good. That's a great source of bush food on there. All right, sandpaper fig. Here the leaves there. Again, some great trees here, just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. It's just down at that water before, beautiful. Let's move on. Hey, this is another sandpaper fig here, and I just want to show you this. They actually fruit on the tree as well too, not on the branches. There's a fruit there, another one there. We're not going to take them because they're green. There's one up there, and they're all up over there. Let's have a look. Okay, this is Calamus once again. I want to show you, oops, got caught in a little, ooh, gee, that really damn hurts. That got caught in these tendrils here. Look at the spikes on that. These are covered in hooks, these things here, right? Look at the needle-like spines on this thing. Absolutely lethal, all up and down the main stem there of this palm tree. Even on the small leaves here, and I'm getting caught in this one over here too. You just got to watch this. In the jungle, you've got to be really careful where you're moving through here. You can't move blindly in the jungle, absolutely not. Junior bush camping tools coming down with us from the riverbank. Don't pull that down, mate, because it can pull a lot of stuff on us. Come on, let's get down. Let's check out what's at the river down here. Look out for crocs. No, I'm only joking. There's no crocs where we are, viewers. Just lots of great looking river. You can see the flood's been through here, and there was a terrible flood here a while ago. We've also got once again, our sandpaper figs here. We've some with fruit on, some with not. Nice stretch of the river. Let's go up here a bit further. Through here and check it out. There's a road nearby, you might be able to hear that. That's a strangler fig there, right, just strangling this tree. It's just absolutely amazing here. Let's go up here. Forest giant, which these roots are part of. Just get a look at these amazing roots here. This is amazing, and this is a ginormous forest giant in here. Just get a load of this. There's several of them. This is a huge ficus. Look at these buttress roots supporting this forest giant. Look at the size of it. These are like walls. This thing is so big. Let's get a really good look in here. Wow. Who knows how old this thing is? Hold on a minute. Let's check it out. If we can just see up into the canopy, right up there. It's a ginormous trunk. Ginormous. For scale, there's Junior bush camping tools over there on this thing. Don't fall into it, please. Yeah. Let's go check it out. Look at this. It's humongous. And this thing has been here for a long, long time. Can't really see the top of it here so well. Look at that. Give you an idea of the size of this thing. Huge. You know, this supported it during any flooding. Wow, amazing, totally amazing. Amazing. Seen a wild chicken in here. They've obviously, domestic ones escaped, but I don't know whether we could see it or not. It was a white chicken. Where was that chicken? Man, it was a big white rooster. No, we're not going in there, mate. It's a tangle of crap. Says I who's going in. Look out for this, look out for all the Calamus vines. They're everywhere. No, I don't know where it was. It was in there somewhere. We've lost it now. Walking stick palm, a baby one. These things will can grow up to 2 meters easily, and they've got really delicious edible fruit, but this is a long way from that now in the jungle floor.